Hello and welcome to this introduction video to a Minecraft mod that I actually made out of pure necessity, really. I was shocked to find out that currently there is no mod that helps players who are playing survival and still doing cool builds with actually sketching those builds out and being able to test different things out before committing to the actual survival build, which takes a while. And what I used to have to do before is either make a copy of the world, then constantly switch between the creative world and the survival one, also constantly having to update the creative world to match whatever I have currently in the survival one, and then sketch builds out there, take screenshots, try to replicate them in the survival world. Or if I'm playing on a server, even worse, I'll have to go and just create a flat world and just try to make a build there and then try to match it in the server, which oftentimes doesn't work well. Like usually when you're playing survival, you want to actually use the terrain around you to make the build that much better. And there was actually surprisingly no tool that just allowed you to do that easily and seamlessly. The only thing that I could see people referencing online was the Whitematica mod, which is not really meant for this. The Whitematica is meant for creative builders who want to take their builds across worlds. Yes, you could make a hologram and use that for survival, but still you have the problem where you have to go in a different world, build it there, then go out of that world, bring it to the one where you're playing in survival. And honestly, I find Whitematica to be very heavy, a bit unintuitive and kind of difficult to get into. So I've made a solution. I've made my own mod. I'm gonna be honest, this is the first mod I've ever made, so bear with me. Maybe there will be bugs that I'll have to iron out, but so far it has been pretty flawless. It works both in single player and multiplayer worlds. And what it does is, with the press of a button, it takes you into another realm, even though you don't notice it. But this is no longer the world that I was just in. If I press the button again, it asks me if I want to discard this imagination, save it, or keep editing. Let's discard, and I'm instantly where I was before in survival. The idea here is that this is a copy of 4 chunks in each direction, and in this world you can actually build anything you would like. I will quickly demonstrate. I'm not going to build anything beautiful right now, but let's say that this is a house that you now sketched out and you're happy with. You can press a button, save this imagination. Quickly, you're brought back to where you actually are in the real world. And now you can press H. You can see I have a couple of different ones because I've already tested this out a bit. But if you load the one that we actually did right now, it will load in as a actual hologram, and you can now fill this out easily. Super simple, super quick. You don't like this, you want to edit something, you just go back here, click the edit button, boom, we're back. You can now continue building this in creative. Save it again, brings you back to where you were. Press the button, which right now is H, click on the house, you now have the updated schematics. And if you were to also go and destroy blocks before placing other ones, let's say, we save this, go back here, load it. It will show you first the block that you need to break, and after you break that block, it will show you the block that you need to place in its place. Of course, at the moment of actually doing it, you could decide that you want to do a different block. That's up to you, you just place that one there. And here you also have the opportunity to change opacity, maybe a different place that you would want to look through the hologram. No problem with that. While in the imaginary world, here you also have full control of the world above here. When you open your menu, you can switch between day and night, you can toggle rain, thunder, you can clear all friendly mobs, you can clear all hostile mobs, you can clear all items in the ground, extinguish fire. I will probably keep adding things as I come up with them. And then when you exit, it's the actual survival world. Nothing happened here. This works perfectly in multiplayer, at least from my tests. I didn't find a server where this was an issue. Another bonus that this mod allows you to do is here you can click on blocks and it will show you actually all of the blocks that you need to place. This was for another house or something else in the world happened, I guess, as I was doing it. So accidentally I broke something somewhere else by removing the mobs. That's why there's so many differences. But normally here you will only see the differences from what you actually placed. So this is how many blocks you will get from breaking these things, and this is the blocks that you will have to place down. So you can quickly share this in the chat, copy it in your clipboard, so that if you're playing with friends, you can actually help all of them out. You could also share the whole schematic and to share in the chat. However, I haven't actually tested out this feature yet, so I'm not sure how well it works. With small holograms, it should work fine with just client-sided installation. If you and your friend have it, they should be able to press the button and add the hologram for themselves as well. But with larger holograms, you would actually need to have it installed on the server itself, so that the server can pass on the packages to the other players. But I still think it's pretty cool. It's something that is very useful to me, and I will use it a lot. So even if it gets 0 downloads, I'm still happy that I did this. But I think a lot of players could absolutely benefit from having something like this. One thing you need to be careful is while you're in this imaginary realm, you're of course not immune to damage. Yes, you will hear your body getting hit, but you won't actually see the hearts. So I would suggest that when you're about to start building something, you just hide yourself somewhere where you cannot be harmed, and then you go into the imaginary world and build your dreams, save them as holograms, and then load them later to actually build them in the world and impress your friends with how good you are at building in survival. That's about it. Thank you guys. As I said, this mod is my first mod. It's completely open source. I will post the link down below, so any of you that have ideas of how you can contribute, you can directly do that through code, or you can leave your ideas in the comments, and if I like them, I will implement them myself. I'm really stoked about this. The whole progress made me really happy, and the fact that I built something that's useful for me to use and possibly for a lot of other people. As I said, I was super surprised that no one already did this. So yeah, I'm happy all around. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.